a good execution. The mind games of Elijmin definitely one of his strongest suits, but of course, when you're at a top 5 of this level, going up against someone like Tilde, one of the quite frankly, one of the world's best players. I mean, those mind games may not have the same effect typically, so he's gonna have to make some strong adjustments, even with a stronger matchup on paper.
Yeah, one of the scariest things in this matchup, though, is going to be that Shulk Nair, especially if Tilde gets trapped in shield. So he's gonna have to use his movement to its absolute fullest extent, and against a Shulk with speed art or jump art, that's not the easiest thing to do. We already see him getting beat out by these huge disjoints. He's deep off stage, but Falco is going to have plenty of resources to make it back. He hasn't yet had the resources to get any hits other than that first laser. Finally, though, Nair connects his name, and he's able, to push Elijmin up onto that side platform.
Yeah, obviously Falco loves the air. He insists upon it, honestly. But he does even have the highest jump in the game, with the exception, of course, of Shulk when he has that jump Monado. So the air battle might not be in his favor.
Good catch. That smash art, which is online now, a very scary tool for Elijmin at the ledge. Fair,
and it's terrifying on town.
Oh man, let me tell you. Of course, the up B is well paired with it. I think it's about frame 10, so anything out of shield. I mean, he has a smash art. You gotta watch out.
Oh, there's a backslash out of nowhere.
Backslash. What the heck?
Looking so comfortable in this match. Not even starstruck by, again, the talent that's sitting in front of him right now.
Oh, sir.
Holding his own, showing he has the right to compete here as well.
And, I definitely think that's a very Elijmin thing. This man would time out God with his nairs if given the opportunity to do so. Oh, a tech roll in, isn't caught out by Tilde as he's not able to turn around. He had his back turned in shield, so just opting to hold the shield up in case of a rebuttal.
And this is where it gets so scary, especially if he's able to take this first off of Tilde, because we saw how long he can survive with the shield art.
Okay, letting that fair rip from the ledge. Very good Falco option when you're at the ledge.
Quick little trade out. I don't really think goes in the favor of either player as the situation resets pretty quickly after the fact, but Tilde's finally able to get that drag down, and like you said, the shield art comes out and saves his life. Even an F smash at 130, not able to do all that much.
And that's the big problem about this matchup. Gets the first stock, beautifully done. And that's the problem with this matchup, is that Shulk can borderline cheat with that shield Monado. A lot of what Falco does is either multi-hits or they're just extensive strings. They're not confirmed combos. So he can afford to switch whatever Monado he needs at any point.
Elijmin always has the right Monado on the line. That's what makes him so scary. And look at this combo!
Spicy damage, fakes out, goes through the platform to survive. We talked about that up B once again being frame 10. Tilde has to watch out with how he hits the shield of Elijmin, especially when he's in Smash Monado, but he's just chilling right now. 3 stocks still?
Yep, they're not sending off.
Usually Tilde would, oh my gosh.
2 stocks above in this first game is setting Tilde off his chair.
Okay, it's that Nair connect right at the ledge on Town and City, but down an entire stock. I mean, Elijmin is hot off the presses right now, guys.
They always have Shulk on like every tier list. So, like, yeah, he's clearly top tier, but then why is no one playing him? Oh, because he's too hard. It's great to see someone actually put the work and show what this character is capable of.
Elijmin finding that initial hit, but Tilde's able to fire back quickly, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that move specifically as the set goes on. That reflector is one of Falco's, actually it is Falco's fastest option both in the air and on the ground, and since he's been getting stuffed out so much by Elijmin, the range that it offers alongside the speed I think is going to be very, very helpful alongside this laser that Tilde is now making use of.
That Buster Monado, man, the damage output is so crazy. We saw it on that second stock. Tilde does not get the tech chase that he wanted, but you got to be very careful depending on the Monado art that Shulk has on stage.
And Chase, he's saying the end is near right now, even at 61% with Smash. Well, it might make it happen.
I would be shaking in my boots if I was Tilde in that situation, but he's calm, cool, and collected, makes his way back onto the stage, and brings Elijmin down to even. Last stock for both players, despite the early lead that Elijmin got up to. Now this is looking like it might be a reverse 3 stock.
They show the top player mentality right now. Yeah, he did get blown up on those last 2 stocks, but now look at the stocks right now. They are clearly even and not too far behind in percentage.
Sacrifice your morals, Tilde. Camp him out when he's got Smash Art. There's no reason to fight it.
You got to do it when you can do it, and that's definitely a time that you should. Uh-oh.
Well, Smash is a double-edged sword, honestly. Even though he does deal an insane amount of knockback, it also applies to him as well, so he can't afford to just throw it out willy-nilly.
Elijmin just throwing these hitboxes out, covering pretty much the entire part of the stage that he occupies. He's like, this is my zone, you may not enter, at least not without paying the toll. Tilde, he didn't bring any change, so he's gonna have to find some other way around. Got Elijmin at the ledge, but the Rising Nair beats him out once again, and Smash Art is back. Run!
The end is near. He's camping on that platform, thanks to the benefit of Town and City having there. A B across the coast to coast!
Off of the top. That was so smart by Elijmin, knowing that Tilde just wanted to be out of there, even went low. and using that up B pretty much almost reactionarily with the smash art, incredible stuff.
I'm surprised by a couple of things there. One, that it didn't like stage spike, first of all. Two, that it killed from that far away at 110.
That's a good point, actually.
It's a town and city moment combined with a Shulk moment, and I think that it's just beautiful.
Oh, it's a perfect scoop, honestly.
Man, what a great start for Elijmin.
And a very sick conversion, too. Like, the awareness to recognize that, okay, I have smash art out, Tilde knows what that does, and he's going to run the hell away from me. And so instead of just chasing after him willy-nilly, I'm going to position myself where he wants to be instead of where he currently is, use one of my longest-lasting moves, because eventually he's going to have to jump into it if he wants to make it back to stage. And I wasn't expecting it to kill, but it certainly did do that thing that I just said.
Well, it goes back to what Bashma was saying, of course, about the mental game of Elijmin. And the thing is about Monados is that when you use it, obviously your opponent sees it. So there's a bit of mental games like, well, I know what you want in this situation.
Right,
so he's playing off of that.
Always an interesting thing to see with how top Shulks deal with, because Shulk, one of the most telegraphed characters in the game. He pops a Monado and you know exactly what he wants. It's not like Shulk can mix it either.
I think I know what Tilde wants. Jump Monado busted.
Yeah, as good as that Falco downer can be, a lot of people don't realize it's actually not one of the stronger spikes in the game. I would say it's one of the weaker ones. So
but how many characters can live it at 70%?
And that's where Shulk is just crazy. You know, that's just where Shulk is nutty.
Going to shield form, of course, at this high percentage right now. Just attack on some damage and risking it all with the Buster. I mean, at this point, he's at death percentage anyways. See if he can get some extra damage himself.
Gets that down air.
And the down air. This is what happened during the last game.
Just a couple hits.
The down air dash attack brought him from, I think, 35 to 80. That is crazy.
That's Monado's power.
Right on cue is Hermit right there. This is insane right now when we're watching.
Tilde trying desperately to find an option to stuff out Elijmin's sword, but the side B is punished very quickly by an up B. Ooh, the F tilt would have killed for sure, but instead Tilde finally fires back and makes use of Shulk's smash art against him.
Even from just today, I've seen so many of Tilde's matches where his opponents just kind of break down, like they just panic and they don't know what to do. Elijmin still staying cool and collected all the way through, even in these pressure situations. Love to see it. He definitely deserves a spot here in winner semis.
Shield art immediately makes its presence known. Not going to get caught by that combo, says Elijmin.
And Herbert, to build on what you're talking about, I think with Tilde specifically, as he does not die due to that downer, specifically with Tilde, I find something to be great, is the fact that, you know, Falco doesn't have great mobility in the air on the ground.
No shot!
I'm sorry, Bash, I know it's so hard to talk.
Don't even worry about it.
He wants to get this analysis off so bad.
I mean, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Eli tied up the game. This is crazy.
Tied up the game in terms of stocks right now, but we saw, especially with Buster form, what it can do, even without already 44% to his name. And it's going on. It's even now.
He's already at 92?
Something is gone.
Your elevators here, sir, will be taking you to the blast zone now.
How do you get an up tilt that big, that fast, and kill pre-100%?
Shulk thinks, my friend, the crowd is getting into it as well. Eli suddenly has the lead in this game.
Oh! Gets the read, but shield form not going to care about that.
Excuse the streak. That was exciting.
And Elijmin, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the only remaining Canadian player in winner's side. So the crowd's definitely going to be rooting for their hometown hero, even if he's not quite from this town.
The entire Canada region, yeah.
Trying to find that back air to poke high, but Elijmin's able to angle the shield up. Deep off stage. Tilde just has to side B back on, knows how dangerous that backslash is, because he died to it during game number 1.
That's crazy. Even without the shield form, his survivability being phenomenal right now. Finally gets clipped by the fair, but something had to give at that point.
And he had to actually fast-fall that neutraler to get the last hit in order to actually have him go the other way. So that was a good catch.
No!
Oh,
We've seen so many people die to that, even today.
The Elijmin special.
It works, though.
Got a body count in the thousands, that move. But it's not going to add Tilde to the pile quite yet. He's going to spot dodge just in the nick of time. And does not get caught by that either. Going to be looking for a little bit of a pillar combo. 73%. This is his chance.
Beautiful.
Elijmin getting a bit antsy right now, trying to end it now with either an up smash or a forward smash. He has a phenomenal lead right now. He can just hold his ground and force Tilde to approach. And uses the shield form. Like I said, the multi-hit's going to break right through that and just shut his combo down.
Shield form now has run out. Tilde now has taken this percent lead. He's going to try and capitalize on it. Gets the fair, the drag down, but Elijmin's able to get shield out just in time. But a back air fires in on the jump, and Tilde's on the board.
That was such a strong preemptive back air from Tilde. Expecting something, I'm sure, from Elijmin. He didn't even give him the opportunity to let it go. Just did it.
That's great. Elijmin, I haven't seen any expression on his face whatsoever the entire day. Whether he wins or loses, just calm, collected. This one he kind of took back in his seat. He knew he had that one. Tough fought victory for Tilde, though, to bring that back.
And the first cracks being shown in Elijmin's demeanor. usually, you know, completely stoic like you were talking about, not really able to be shook by anything. But when he already made such a huge comeback in that game, just to take the lead, and then Tilde clawed it back anyway and put the point on the board, that hurts a little bit.
It does, it does. Had the lead, looking very strong, but of course, playing someone of Tilde's caliber, you gotta expect that type of ability from your opponent to come through. So he can't be too deterred. He did get game one as well as we're up largely in that game too. I mean, just think of it as another game going over to. I think PS2 was the pick.
It was actually pretty standard stage for the most part here in Smash Ultimate. It's a wide area to work with, like I guess, which Shulk really wants to control that space.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like a strong Falco stage as well. Ironically, that ceiling can get a lot of up throw up airs to connect and kill earlier than you would think. And of course, the up tilt back air always good on pretty much every stage. I feel like with this character. So
we're gonna see what the result of it is, as Tilde now does lock back into his trademark mint Falco. And yep, you were correct. PS2 is the stage choice.
Yeah, I can't imagine we'll see any character swaps at this point in the bracket.
Elijmin does have that really weird Mii Gunner.
I hope not for a Shulk.
I hope not.
Not for a Shulk, I'd hope.
No, Elijmin's the one who plays the Gunner.
Oh,
yeah, I think he exclusively plays it almost for Snake mostly, due to that not being the best matchup for Shulk. But you know, it's rare to see, honestly.
Landing Nair, going to push Tilde off stage once again, and that's something that he struggled very, very hard with, either landing or getting back to stage when Elijmin's just like, aha, I have a sword the size of Mount Rushmore.
And we mentioned a lot that obviously Falco has a phenomenal jumping game, but he's actually kind of slow to get in sometimes, which is going to make it really hard for Shulk.
Ooh, weak hits to that, not doing Tilde any favors twice in a row, and that means Elijmin's going to be able to claim control of the stage. He does not quite get the timing on the Firebird back to stage.
So I like that angle, though, going back to ledge there, because you know he's looking for that fair, especially in the smash form. Ooh, again, getting a little overzealous right now. He always has that lead, and he kind of throws out an option that seems kind of questionable, and eating a ton of damage for it.
Yeah, he really did a good job chasing him with the shield art being in play and knew exactly where he wanted to get the damage off.
Ooh. The F smash not quite coming out in time to be able to punish the high recovery from Elijmin.
Yeah, I'm liking the smash form right now. He only ever goes in the smash form once he gets that advantage.
He actually forced back there a directional air dodge, but couldn't punish it with the smash on deck. But then, of course, Tilde with that down tilt, one of Falco's best grounded options.
Drag down into down tilt, especially when Elijmin no longer has access to the smash art. It's going to be Tilde's main method of killing. We've already seen it a couple of times.
Yes, sir. Very timely. Ooh, very game.
Definitely looks like Tilde has finally adapted into the Shulk. Again, Shulk, not a character you see very often, so it might take a game or two to really figure out what's going on. But now he's had the whole run of the field right now. Nowhere is safe right now for Elijmin.
Tries to reset him on the platform there, making use of the reflector, but Elijmin's a little bit too slippery for that, able to get out, and now has shield art out, so he's not going to be worried at dying as early as other characters, but it's now gone, and that's one thing that Falco does have in this matchup. While shield art may be annoying for him, he is able to shred it pretty quickly with some nice little combos.
And that's it too. Even if he stays in shield form, like he'll be content to take as much damage he wants anyways.
Ooh, Tilde going high and getting punished hard for it. He goes low, and yeah, nobody's making it back against Shulk in that form.
I was just thinking, like, he should be going off stage more. And obviously, Falco doesn't have the best recovery. A lot of Shulks, what they'll do is kind of cover ledge with their big disjoints. But in this matchup, I think you can afford to go off stage and bully him.
Yeah, rising up B going to be a huge killer for the bird if Tilde's not careful for it. But that is why he's been recovering high so much. We haven't really seen him going below the stage all that often unless he absolutely has to. And I think that's the exact reason why, Hermit.
Ooh, okay, so that up smash, despite being frame 7, doesn't get the job done, but Tilde fighting back, trying to get another drag down at the down tilt, not quite, another down tilt into the up B from Elijmin.
Elijmin with Buster Art is terrifying because one neutral win could be Tilde's entire lead gone, and he's all the way up at 88%.
Boys are scrapping right now, guys.
So once the momentum's in his favor, I kind of fit there too, especially with the Buster form, not only because it does a ton of damage, but he can't even really afford to block it either.
Oh.
Really, that kills?
He died to the laser off up throw.
I feel like I never see that outside of memes.
Sometimes it happens to the best of us, it happens to the worst of us, and it happened to Elijmin right there to give Tilde potentially the game-winning situation.
Yeah, able to shut down the momentum from Elijmin down to his last stock right now. He still has potentially one more game to play with, but you know, having close in that last game.
Tilde has definitely figured out how to activate the cutscenes on Shulk's shield art. He's like, you like Xenoblade?
Yeah, going
like these cutscenes.
Going for the double down tilt to get that damage earlier, that was a good call.
Off stage again. Speed art running out.
You can't just jump on Falco like that.
Ooh, definitely a very strong Falco ledge trap tool is that, short hop down at the ledge to cover the jump. And I mean, it just sent him reeling right there.
Yeah. Especially when you're playing Shulk, you always want to just jump off the ledge and throw a meaty fair kind of thing. Falco's always ready for that kind of stuff.
Every day of the week, and we were talking about it in between games, and Tilde has found those adaptations. The critical one, like we were talking about, was the ability to start dealing with shield art and deal with shield hurt. He certainly has. Now it's Elijmin's turn. He's going to have to make some changes in order to deal with the new and improved Tilde.
I mean, this has been a phenomenal adaptation on the part of Tilde, catching the different timings of the Minato arts, adapting to each one as well in terms of how to fight them, just like the shield one we saw earlier.
And Hermit was talking about that during game number 1. He was like, Shulk is one of the most, easy to guess what they want characters in the game. He's very telegraphed in what he's going for, because whatever color he's glowing, it kind of just tells you what his game plan is.
Spinny rainbow right there. It just shows you what he wants to do. But despite that, Tilde holding firm onto small battlefield for game number 4.
And interestingly, that's Elijmin's counter pick. He went to a stage with less space to work with instead of more.
I feel like I almost kind of like that because it kind of shuts down the potential camping with the lasers from Falco. You have a big disjoint, so you can cover a huge widest area. And look at right now, it's already panning out phenomenally in the early goings of this match.
Tilde would never camp. That's against his morals.
Yeah, I did say we saw actually a ditto yesterday between a Falco and a Falco. One more the passive side, and him using the lasers more on the aggressive side. So definitely would never say he's a campy one, but it's always on the table.
For sure, for sure.
Rising Fair doesn't quite catch the jumping Shulk, but he is going to be able to drag him down again, and as the art runs out, it's a rapid jab to push him off stage. Elijmin with speed going to try and jump back on. He has to be careful of that, though, because that's how he died during the last game, jumping off ledge with speed art.
What's really impressed me with Tilde catching Elijmin in shield mode as Elijmin gets that up tilt to connect. He's doing a good job just reacting to the the increased landing speed and all that, but I guess when you have a smash art and up tilt, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, especially if it covers the entire platform above you.
The sky and then some. I thought Falco preferred the air.
He did prefer the air, not a platform, though.
I see chat referencing probably one of my favorite tweets from Smash 4, which was that Shroom tweet, I think, where he was like, went 1 and 2 in Smash 4, Shulk starts glowing. I don't know what's going on.
It's an all-timer.
I loved that tweet.
It's an all-timer right there.
Tilde looking to find his way back in. He needs to find a stock soon, or Elijmin's going to just keep building this extra credit, especially with the Buster art. But once again, he's just going to let that. Oh, no, not again. Not the backslash.
That would have been crazy.
There's always the scariest moment when you see, when you're a stock below and the Shulk is at plus 100%, they're already at death percentage. I'm like, I can go into Buster and just get a ton of damage, an extra gravy percentage before I lose a stock. No harm done.
Does eventually lose that stock, though, and Tilde is going to be looking for one of those patented cutscenes right here, but Smash Art makes it a little bit too difficult to connect, and he goes for the vision, maybe a little bit ill-advised.
I was thinking the exact same thing, too, Last, is that he went for that early Smash comp.
Oh, no
never
way.
mind. Clips him out. No Minato needed.
2-frame working out there for young Elijmin.
And I was saying he should be going off stage more to get these edge guards, but maybe he doesn't need to. He can just use a sword on the ledge like that.
Wow, able to get that up B to connect despite the spacing I thought from Tilde was good. Okay.
It feels like up B will hit you from across the entire stage if you're not careful about it. You don't even touch Shulk's shield and the up B still connects.
This thing is the size of Russia or something, man. I think it's huge.
That's the thing too. We always joke about range with some of these characters. So we got the Min-Mins and the Sephiroth, but there's a difference between range and coverage. They have long, pointy hitboxes. Shulk just makes a giant ball around him at all times.
He's got his own little bubble. You cannot pop it. Oh, Tilde's gonna get popped here.
Every time he lands a down air, the crowd goes wild.
I was gonna say that right now. I'm noticing that. As soon as he gets a Buster down air, everyone going crazy.
It's a really cool move. Fair play, fair play. Oh, and this time he went off stage. This time he went off stage and got the edge guard.
F-throw with Smash Art sent him so far off stage.
Everything Hermit was saying came into fruition in that game for Elijmin.
Maybe I had the vision this whole time. I didn't even play Xenoblade.
He might have been knocking on a potential top 3 here in this game 5. Things keep going. You never know.
Absolutely. I think this is the furthest Tilde's been pushed here in this bracket so far.
Look at AK in the background. He's animated. Game 5, our first one of this top 8. It could go either way because both of these guys, we were talking about it in between that game. The adaptations from Elijmin came through in full force for a 2-stock.
2 could play at that game. 2 could play at that game.
And 2 are playing at that game.
Tilde looking like he's thinking hard about where to take this pesky Shulk. That is the question.
That's it. I think we did see the smaller stage actually did benefit a lot. Kind of like I was saying, like, I was even surprised by the PS2. I'm not going to question it because he's on the stage and I'm not, but I think the smaller stage actually worked out better for him. You have these big hitboxes, you might as well cover as much of the stage as you can.
100%.
Exactly, and I think given the fact that Tilde was able to win it out on PS2 and not on small battlefield, he is going to try and take us to a longer stage. But the thing is, this tournament does have full DSR, so if he is counterpicked on a stage and won there, not able to go back. So, fortunately for him, though, no, fortunately for him, PS2 was Elijmin's counterpick.
Oh, that's
he's
true.
able to go to it.
When you combine all that last, as well as like with having just one ban in the best of 5, you know, stages could become a tricky part. You know, I was playing yesterday myself in the tournament, thinking like, man, where do I go now in game number 5? You know what I mean?
100% with the ban on top of that. Yeah, I completely feel that. Everyone has their own stages. I think the stage list here is actually fantastic, so we'll go for it. Unless there's a question here. Oh, maybe there is a DSR coming into play.
Oh, maybe I am wrong. Maybe this was Tilde's counterpick.
Or I think he still won on it. It's like if you won on the stage, you can't go back to it.
It's full DSR, so I can't
counterpick right now.
I see.
For those at home not sure what a DSR, it's a Dave's stupid rule. So essentially, you can't go back on a stage that you previously won on.
Yes.
Right, I was thinking of ASR, which is Eamon's version of it.
I didn't even know that one.
What's that modification?
That's the one where I was saying where it's only if you counterpick it. So if it's your own counterpick.
Okay, got you.
Makes sense. So because we have full DSR, some people will play with half. So you're in a best of 5, you can potentially go back on the first stage you won on, but not the last one.
Not the last one you won.
This one, it's full. So even the first and second game, you cannot. Let's just make these best of 5s really tricky. Yeah, I know.
Let's just go back to normal bans.
It's just PS2 all the way through. You know what? Question mark.
No more stages. We just settle the set in RPS.
Taking to Kalos, as we were kind of discussing already last, is that a bigger stage might benefit, and I think this is as big as you can get with the stages they have left. Taking the Kalos, not only a long stage, but also a flat stage.
Elijmin trying to keep himself warm, trying to stay on top of all of this.
Canada's not that cold. We're actually kind of hot today.
Yeah, we're in
it's cold in this venue, though. I'm not gonna lie.
The AC's cracking in here. What I do want to say, Herman, in regards to Kalos is, of course, what you have in terms of space, you kind of give up in terms of where the platforms are located. Of course, Falco, you know, his calling card is those combo ability, and you know where the platforms are. And Kalos not going to really be the best for that compared to the other stages, but you got to give and give. You know, so
you can get to a sticky situation on the platform. If Falco can get like an up tilt back air that close to the blast zone, oh my God, I'd be scared.
You never know. You never know.
In the early goings right now, trying to tussle. This time playing a bit more methodical right now, trying to find their ins and outs.
Sir.
So far, Tilde finds himself, you know, 6.3% run away for the rest of the game. Let's go for a timeout. No, the Nair connects, and that's 9.4 instead. So
yeah, right after you said he was an aggressive Falco.
That'd be pretty funny to see, though. I'm not going to lie. I feel like at this point,
we're 30 seconds in, and they've yet to actually hit each other with more than just one thing each.
Oh, we have an 8-minute time limit this time around?
Oh yeah.
Boy. It's
the
going to be a long
Montreal
one.
rule set.
Honestly, for Game 5, I'd do it myself.
Shield Art's already gone. Elijmin's going to cancel out of it to opt back for the movement since the combo doesn't continue. And a back air connects to put Tilde up onto the platform.
And this is a much more neutral heavy game right now. We're kind of getting these hits here and there, but nothing substantial.
Great
finally breaks in.
Right there. That was a great parry punish from Tilde. Very proficient with those that we've seen this entire bracket.
And since Shield Art's already been burned out, Tilde is able to fight this with reckless abandon. It should be refreshing himself very shortly, and I'm surprised he got Shield up in time off of that roll read.
He had that read like 10 minutes in advance. Unfortunately, the frames weren't with him there. Wasn't able to quite get it out in time.
Tilde looking for the dare, but Elijmin just hugging that Kalos wall. Be careful, Tilde.
It's quick going to the shield form. You know he's going to look for a follow-up on the bounce on the stage.
Very fortunate that the
there it is.
Connected the up smash from Falco. Going to work out, though. Very powerful move.
The all-important first.
I would have fallen for that.
I might have. I'm not gonna lie. Especially with Angel platform invincibility, it's not all that risky for Shulk, except for the fact that he gives up center stage. And we've definitely seen throughout this set, Elijmin doesn't much care about center stage.
Can Smash form and bring it back right now? He does from coast to coast. It's ridiculous.
He just let the F-tilt rip, and it sent him flying across the stage. My goodness.
Again, alluding to what I said at the beginning, Shulk, I think everyone agrees, is a fantastic character. Just a lot of input-heavy stuff to go into it, but it's great to see Elijmin making it work.
Elijmin's more than willing to wear away that A button on his controller.
And the B button, no less. Those Monado changes.
True.
And the crowd firmly behind their Canadian boy right now, as he keeps it very even in this matchup against Tilde.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to eat that up before, but thankfully for him, no extra sauce on it, no Monado.
Yeah, I was going to say, man. Fortunate there.
Ooh, the air dodge there was dangerous. If Tilde had scouted it out, he might have been able to punish.
That platform, definitely a scary place to be when you're above Shulk.
Up you go.
That's going to shield form, though. Again, we're kind of hugging around that platform, as we were saying. Both have benefited from it quite a bit, though.
I thought that might have been an early side B straight into a Shulk smash art fair, and I was gonna lose my mind if that had taken place. Tilde just barely able
no way, that kills. Goodness, and the smash art leaving right before that definitely would have got the job done had he had it on. But good percentage here for Elijmin.
That's actually crazy because even without smash form, up air from Shulk is the strongest up air in the game, and doesn't get the spike.
Goodness!
Better off he didn't get the spike, because he could have got a tech on that.
Yeah, Tilde trying to mix up his timing using the wall jump underneath Kalos, but Elijmin is just more than willing to sit there and react. He waits, he's patient, and he gets the stock for it. Now 41% already thanks to the Buster Art. Tilde needs the stock now, and he needs to find some way to do it, because at the moment there's just a wall in his way.
The mileage that Elijmin has gotten with the up B has been phenomenal in this game specifically. He's got so many of them. The damage is piling up, and one stock away from what would be a pretty large upset in my opinion.
Absolutely. I've seen him a bit of his work right now, but I think today I became a huge fan right now, as is everyone else in attendance. We're cheering him on. One stock to go, and he's tacking on so much damage. It's just not climbing back. He is holding on to the stock for dear life as he goes into shield.
He's able to get shield out, and he's able to jump too, so he doesn't even get put in the cutscene. Tilde just barely weaves his way underneath Elijmin's fair. He's able to survive, but for how much longer?
A couple lasers right there, but again, off the stage now is Tilde.
That angle is so
jump.
gross.
This might be it. Oh, has the jump. Excuse me.
No, who does that?
Back here on the wall for the no-tech situation. Insanity.
Beautifully played stock from Tilde right there, but he's got to do so much more to be able to take this out. This is an opportunity to shred out shield art.
Smash form is the end coming near. Has to retreat to the platform.
Oh my god, he tried to get the up air. Gotta watch out for that shield.
Resetting to center stage, Elijmin gets a grab, sends Tilde deep out, but with no arts either. He's not going to be able to send it far. He's still alive. He's still holding on to it thanks to the fact that Elijmin has no rate, and the rising up air is going to do it. Tilde's safe.
Goodness.
Tried to end it all with a down air there, but I'm amazed by your coming up B. Does that take off? Not quite. What is it going to take Tilde down to the loser's bracket?
Oh my god, the drop jump there from Tilde, barely escaping that aerial with smash art.
Tilde very smartly using that platform to wait out smash art. It's now gone for a little bit longer, but I'm going to be real, guys. I don't think Elijmin needs smash art at this percent. Pretty much anything from Shulk is going to do it, and he will.
What a set. Okay, the fist bumps on deck. Elijmin taking out Tilde to secure top 3 at Battle of ZX UMAD. Wow.
Not even a pop-off, just... I did it.
Done.
I did it. He's still got a ways to go, but that is a huge book. That is a huge note in his book right there. That is absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
Job is not done though, and Elijmin gonna go back into the crowd, watch a couple more sets that we've got coming up, and make sure that he's ready for whoever is going to be meeting him in winners finals for Battle of ZX UMAD. And to find that out, let's toss it over to River.
Apparently he saw the future.